Sensei, can you tell me about your martial arts background?
Oh, my martial art background. I joined the Japanese police department in Yokosuka back in 1972. And that's where I had to go through all the judo training, kendo training, and Taiho Jutsu training. Taiho Jutsu is a wrestling technique, so it's a combination of Aikido and Kempo.
And when did you start Aikido?
I started Aikido back in 1984 under the instruction by Amos Lee Parker sensei. He's a 9th degree Yoshinkan Aikido, and this year he was celebrating his 50th anniversary.
And when did you start Sambo?
Oh, Sambo. Oh, I met Koga sensei back in 2006, and then he started demonstrating his unique Sambo technique, and I was very interested in. I was impressed, so I became his student, and then he started showing me more Sambo technique. And then in the year 2008, January, I officially started Aikisambo class teaching in Yokosuka.
Do you think Aikido and Sambo go together very well?
I was very surprised. I had no idea when Koga sensei said, hey, if you go to Russia and teach Aikido, why don't you teach Sambo technique? Russian people would be happy. So with his advice, then I started, and I realized, wow, Aikido technique and Sambo blend well.
Almost all of your techniques that I saw use atemi. Is atemi an important part of Aikido and Sambo?
I believe so. You know, Aikido is my original mainstream Budo, and then, as you know, Aikido has a very effective joint controlling technique, but they don't have any effective striking technique. And then I realized Sambo, or wrestling, or Japanese judo, they don't have any striking technique. It is illegal against the regulation. So in a real-time self-defense situation, atemi is very important.
In jiu-jitsu and grappling tournaments, striking is not allowed. Will your Aikisambo techniques still work in that environment?
Where my striking technique is not allowed?
Right.
Well, you know, Aikisambo is strictly a self-defense art and technique, and we don't compete. So if I have to defend myself against judo or wrestling or jiu-jitsu, I have to use Aikisambo strategy and technique.
So you see Aikisambo more as a self-defense art instead of a sport competition.
That's correct, yes.
As you know, Gozo Shioda said that atemi is 70 or maybe 90% of Aikido. Would you comment on that?
Yes, he said that. But then in reality, as time goes on, people stop using effective atemi technique. So in one of the top students of Gozo Shioda, his name is Kai Sensei. He's H-Dan down in Okinawa, near Kyushu. So he's the one who emphasized striking technique, very important.
What's your opinion of modern Aikido?
Modern Aikido? Well, their movement is wonderful, but then they don't think about actual reality and actual practicability, effectiveness. They only train among Aikido people. They should go out and practice with judo people, karate people, and sambo people, and then they will find out their technique need to be improved.
What is your opinion of probably the most popular grappling art nowadays is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? What's your opinion of that?
Wow, I see Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, once they get into ground technique, they're very strong. See, that's why Aikisambo, before you go into ground technique, by using effective striking technique, we try to avoid. Because once you go down there, they are the one.
Do you think you can get good at grappling without practicing randori?
Without practicing randori.
In Aikisambo, do you ever practice sparring on the ground?
Well, as you notice, I use quite a few striking technique before I apply joint lock or throwing, grappling technique. Then when I once take them down, I'm still controlling the joint. So my ground technique, maybe not as much as jiu-jitsu, but they're pretty effective once I take down.
Right. So in Aikisambo, everything is done kata style. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have 150 kata. And we try to, that's why we spend a lot of time training, learning the technique, and making sure your technique is effective instead of trying to kill each other.
Do you have any plans to spread your art and have more teachers around the world teaching Aikisambo?
Well, that is my future goal. I have a dojo home base in Yokosuka, and then sometime I have a joint training internally and internationally. And then people, I also conduct a few Aikisambo demonstrations at the various martial art locations. And then I make a YouTube, and people see my YouTube and my website. They started contacting me. I have an invitation next year from 3 different countries.
If anybody wants to contact you, where can they find you?
My website, and if you can look at my YouTube and homepage, and I'm going to leave my poster for this seminar, and then that has my contact email address and website, so you're welcome.
Very good. Thank you so much, Sensei.
Thank you very much for your kind invitation. It's a wonderful experience.
Great techniques.
I'd like to come back. California, wonderful. Weather so nice.
Please come anytime.
People are friendly, and food is good.
Right. Much bigger, though.
Yes.